What's good, y'all? We filming in the bedroom today. In today's video, I want to talk about what is love. What is love? You know, we all say the word, I love you. We all want to be loved. We all want to feel love. But what is it? In the past, people would break up over the fact that they hated each other. But now people will end a relationship because there's not enough love left. They love them, but they're not in love with them anymore. Previous generations would stay in a relationship because of economic need, or they will worry about what would people think, what would people say. But now we rely on love to keep the relationship together, which can actually put a lot of strain on the relationship, believe it or not. If our relationship is going to survive or die by love, I think we owe it to ourselves to really ask ourselves, what is love and how do we keep it? When everything is going well in the relationship, we tend to be relaxed. Problems? What problems? If any problems do arise, we actually know how to get through our problems. We compromise. We easily come up with solutions. But when the love disappears, we tend to ask ourselves, what happened? How did it get to this point? When the love is gone, we tend to forget about the promise that we made to the relationship and that we made to ourselves. The better for worse, the sickness and in health, the I will always love you. How can you fix anything if you don't even know or understand the cause of your issues? For most couples, we have different definitions of what love is, what we view as love, and of course, what makes them happy. So when a problem do rise, a conversation, an argument, we can end up going in circles because of our different viewpoints. And when no one wants to listen to each other, nothing gets solved. The problem, in my opinion, is our definition of love. We look at TV, we look at movies. Hell, even the definition itself is kind of confusing. There's a huge gap between liking someone and being infatuated with someone. And we use one word to describe all the feelings that we actually feel when we're falling in love with someone. Most of us can agree that there are different types of love that you may have for your parents, siblings, children, our spouse, pets. But maybe what we need is a different word to describe each of these types of love or the feeling that we feel. The majority of us can describe love. We know what it feels like, or we know what we felt like when we were falling in love with our partner. We can remember the exact moment when we fell in love with our partner. We can remember the scene, the smell, what they were wearing. Love in the beginning makes us forget about any problems that we may have had, but it can also make us forget about the red flags that we may see in someone else. Limerence is the early stage of love. It's that intense emotion that we might feel for someone else. But after a few months, this intense feeling actually fades. And then usually that's when we're questioning ourselves, saying, why were we with this person? Or why are we with this person? For some, it could be a sexual thing, but I think it's the excitement of someone returning your affection. We all want our feelings and our actions reciprocated. And when they are, it's like a light goes off, and we may now come to see that person in a different light. Limerence can actually come and go in a relationship as well. The one where it fades completely usually can last around maybe 3 to 6 months. But for some people, it can come back after an argument, when your partner is away from you for a long period of time, during the makeup phase. You touch your spouse lovingly because you don't want to fight anymore, and it can cause a jolt of excitement in your partner. But the longer you are with someone, that limerence does fade. And that's usually when commitment sets in. Or a term coined by author Andrew Marshall, he calls it the loving attachment. A loving attachment could be you looking at your kids and your partner playing in a park, and you just feel so proud and you're so happy and excited about your family and about what you have. And also in this phase is where work is required. We think that because we are in a relationship that our partner should just understand we are busy and that we can't put them first. When we worry about the kids and other family members, before our partner. And after a while, they'll start feeling like they're taken for granted. We believe love is all we need in our relationship. What got us in the relationship will sometimes not keep the relationship without work and commitment. Some people think that once they get into a long-term relationship, even marriage, that the relationship will just fall into place. And that's not true. Some of the things that keeps a relationship together is listening, having open and honest communication with each other, body contact, and not just between the sheets, but hugging, kissing, holding hands, even a slight touch. Being supportive, especially emotional support, having a shared sense of humor, and also just going that extra mile. Like for me, an example of going that extra mile for me is like recently me and my husband got a joint bank account, and I've done a lot of videos where I actually talk about me and my husband not having a joint bank account together. And I would never get one because of the fear that I had. The first step of going the extra mile for me was to actually just open a bank account with us. That actually has money in it. I'm not saying just go open a bank account, but it's opening a bank account and putting money in that bank account. When you mature with your partner, your bond will strengthen, but you also have to be careful because a relationship can become comfortable and stagnant and then not very exciting. Always remember that you are two individuals and you are free to have opinions. Some couples might think that they should think as one because, well, we're a couple. A lot of times they feel like they have to be on the same page with everything. And you're not one person. You are two different people who think two different separate ways, and you're going to think differently. Yes, there are going to be some things that you agree on because you'll have similarities in certain things and maybe in certain beliefs. But when a person feels like they are losing themselves within the relationship, they will begin to not only resent their partner, but also being in that relationship. If you want to bring back the love in your relationship, kiss your partner for no reason and do it multiple times a day. I kiss my husband when he's sleeping. It's not for him, it's for me. And believe it or not, every time that I do it, it actually makes me fall deeper in love with him. When asked about your day, actually give an account of your day. Don't just say, oh, it was fine, and move on. Talk to your spouse. There's a reason that they're asking you. Because when you say, oh, it was just fine, or I'm fine, it's almost like you're closing yourself off to your partner. Always be curious about your partner. Ask questions and listen. Make them feel like you care about what it is that they're saying. And of course, don't forget about intimacy. Send dirty texts. Sleep naked. Think easy access. So I hope you guys actually found this video helpful. Like if you like this video. Sub if you want to see more videos like this. And remember, love yourself, adore yourself, and always be yourself. Thank you, and I hope I get to see you guys in my next video.